So now, I know you know these terms, I hope now. So the little round structures, just trying to outline them there for you. The little round structures are the osteons, and the little dark thing that's kind of filled up with a black dot there, that's the central canal. And that's where the nerves and the blood supply and all that are located. So this kind of just gives you a general overview of what it looks like. We need a little bit higher magnification. So I have to point out the lamellae and the little, of course, the little black dots, even at this low magnification. I know you know the little black dots are the osteocytes. So anyway, so let me go around to the next power and have a look. Okay, here we go. This is good. Just move this little. We'll just do this. So you can see the central canal. This round thing is an osteon. The little black dots arranged in a concentric manner, circular manner. Those are the osteocytes, and they're arranged in this concentric pattern. So in the osteon, the way in which they're arranged in sort of roughly in like layers, those are the concentric lamellae. And then, so there's another little osteon right here, kind of another one there, and another one over there. And you can see the little black dots in sort of in between, which is arranged in not really a circular pattern, but that's the that's the interstitial lamellae. That's the bone which fills in the spaces, if you will, between the actual round osteon. So all this stuff, the sort of filler material there, is the interstitial lamellae. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the concentric lamellae again?
All right, look, see how this just kind of, see how the osteocytes are sort of arranged like tree rings? That's the concentric lamellae. Okay. And then the stuff in between is the interstitial. Michael, did you have a question? Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm not sure on this slide if you can see the other lamellae. I know you can see it on that model that's sitting there on the middle table, but that's the lamellae along the circumference, the border of the bone, and that's the circumferential. Circumferential lamellae. Let me just move the slide and we'll see if we can. Yeah. Oh, you kind of sort of see. Where's my pointer? You can see sort of how the lamellae is laid down more in just kind of a circular pattern. I don't know, along the edge. So they call that circumferential lamellae. So on that slide, well, I know on the slide on that model, I know you know where it is. So this would be the circumferential lamellae, right? Sort of bone, kind of along the edge. And then if we move back into the bone at a little deeper level, let me just go to the highest power. It's a little hard to well, it's actually not too bad. Anyway, so now let me just get one osteon. There we go. The gigantic osteon. Well, that's actually pretty good. So you can see the central canal. These are the osteocytes. You see how they're kind of arranged in a concentric pattern. They're laid down in sort of concentric pattern. Also, I know you can see these tiny little black lines that sort of look like little fractures. That's how I've described them in the past. And those are those little structures called canaliculi, the little canals that allow material, the nutrients and things which are delivered in the central canal to be able, because obviously bone is solid, and diffusion is not going to happen very well in a solid structure, but these little canals are able to sort of carry the nutrients to the osteocytes, which are alive, of course, but they're kind of trapped, they can't go anywhere. So these are the little canaliculi, the little canals. The only other thing on this slide that I want to point out to you, and I think I'll go back a power for that, is the perforating canal, or the Volkmann's canals, are the same thing. And, well, here's actually one right here. They tend to show up as sort of thick black lines. Looks like it might be a little broken right there, but it looks like it was kind of going from here to here. There's another one on here I saw. There's another one right here. So those are the perforating canals. And the reason you don't see them in every slide is it kind of depends on where the section was taken. it might have just sort of missed, quote unquote, any of the canals. But those are the perforating canals, or the Volksman's canals. Let me get in front of your picture here for just a second. But on this model, I've shown you this before, it's represented by these, hide my face here. It's represented by these little blood vessels which are going through the, well, it's like perforating, just kind of like moving through. So those are the perforating canals, or the Volksman's canals. So that's what they look like on a model, and that's what it would look like on a microscope. It's not pretty exact. So that's really about it for the ground bone slide. So you can see the osteons, you can see the lamellae, you can see the osteocytes, you can see the perforating canal. So, you can see pretty much on the slide, but, also we've got that model, you can see some stuff on there as well. So that is my one and only slide. I don't know what other